Hey guys. All right. Good to be back. I had to take a couple of weeks off, so thanks so much for being here. I love doing this. We do this every week, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, here on our off-market self-storage page. My name is Cameron Barsanti. I'm CEO and founder of StorageLife. StorageLife's a community across the country. We're finding, funding, and operating self-storage together. If you're already in the business, we teach you how to scale your portfolio, help you. And then if you are new to the game, we help you get your first deal, second deal, whatever that is, right? So we help you, but we do it with you. Big on action, big on implementation. It's not just about education. It's about actually implementing the things that matter, the things that move the needle forward, the things that are going to take you from a concept to a reality, right? So anyway, I was gone for a couple of weeks because I went to Alaska. I am buying a deal there, maybe 2 deals there. I started looking in Alaska because I loved our fishing trip we did about a year ago. And I said, okay, I want to own there. I want to go there every year. And then also found very strategic in the way we marketed to there. And this is all pertaining to what we're going to dive into today. I found a deal, found a great deal, cash flow day one, lots of upside, great market. And so we're buying it. That's what's so fun about what we do. And again, we'll get a little bit more into it here, but nobody can tell you where your next deal is going to be. I don't follow trends. I'm not doing $10, $20 million ground ups. I'm looking for cash flow. I'm looking for upside. I'm okay to do BC. I used to do D-class areas. They made me a lot of money, millions of dollars, right? So I'm looking for deals that are going to move the needle forward. I'm not a capital raiser. I'm not bringing in a bunch of crazy capital, and I need to do deals that are going to be great markets for the next 10, 20 years. I'm looking for deals with immediate upside that I'm purchasing at a deep discount. And that's why we've done so well. I think we're on 22 or 23 right now. So we're going to talk about all of that. If you have any questions, comments, drop them below. You can reach Michael, A before E, Michael at StorageLife.com. That's it. Michael at StorageLife.com. Reason I'm throwing that out there is because if you are stuck and you have a lead out there, we're going to help you for free. No strings attached. We're ready to help as many people as we can when it comes to that. But anyway, so here's the thing. We're going to talk about a 90-day deal hunt. This deal hunt, this 90 days you have that you're going to build this momentum. It's the same thing you need to do for the next 90, well, not 90 years, but I guess if you're 10, that's good for you. That'd be amazing. That's some young entrepreneurs. But this is the stuff we always do. You're going to do no matter how successful you become, no matter how many teams, how large of a team you can build, or how many partners you have. It's the same few things. We're just really good at it, and we do them all the time. 90% of our efforts are acquisitions, not operations, although we delegate and we have some really strong managers on our team that as we've scaled, I've been able to hire from some of the bigger companies or REITs but we're just acquisitions, because if you can't find a deal, you can't scale. If you have 3 facilities, but you can't find number 4 and 5, you can't scale. If you have 0 facilities, but you can't find number 1, you can't scale. We believe acquisition, acquisition, acquisition. If you can find opportunity, we can help you with operations. We can help you with capital. We can even help you with analyzation. In fact, the Storage Life community has all of that. We have capital, lots of capital. We have lots of experience, lots of operational experience, lots of analyzation experience. Are you kidding me? That's the most important part, to quickly, when you finally have a good lead, a good bite, to quickly be able to snatch it up, offer right, negotiate with the seller, building rapport, figuring out the win-win scenario, and being able to outperform your competitor. I'm going to break this down to some simple things here, and then we'll dive a little bit further into them. So where to start? You identify facilities you want to target. That's it. You identify markets you want to be in. Why did I go to Alaska? Because I had my wife and I and our family had an amazing time, and I'm like, I want to buy a facility here. So that's why. Why do we own in Guam? Well, my wife's from Guam, and even though I would never recommend operating from anywhere else except if you live in Guam, it's a hard market, but we knew it well. We go there every year, and it made a lot of sense, right? And then all the other states, well, sometimes it was because I wanted a vacation there, or because I had a family member there, or a lot of times it's random because we're looking for deep discounted property. So you're going to identify some markets. Maybe it's where your mom lives, where your best friend lives. Maybe it's driving distance, right? I'm in New Mexico. I'm from Colorado. I look in New Mexico and Colorado a lot. Love the states. I'm very familiar with the market. So anyway, you're going to identify. How do you identify? You're going to skip trace, finding owner information. You're going to market, means you're going to now start reaching out. Like every other company in the world, self-storage hinges upon sales and marketing. How do you market? Well, call, text, email, send letters, postcards. We love those. We love calling, right? There's only a certain amount of ways you can market yourself. As a buyer, you're going to talk to sellers, find out what they need, solve their problem. You're going to make an offer right away. You're going to make a verbal offer, find out what they want, send an LOI or an offer right away. You're not not going to wait. And then you're going to follow up until this lead goes somewhere or until it dies, and you're going to repeat. That's it. That's the process. That is the game. Don't get too bogged down with all the other things there are to think about. Those aren't going to move the needle forward. What I just rattled off, these are the tasks I promise you that if you get really good at, you're going to become like the 5%, the best of the best. Let's talk about those again. Identify. How do we identify? We use Google Maps, and now we use a tool, GoFish. I'll share GoFish here. GoFish is really cool because I can instantly identify properties, or my virtual assistants can. Wow, check that out. For 5 buildings, it's only got 10 reviews. Or, oh my God, check this out. Huntsville mini storage, only 5 reviews, unclaimed on Google, means they don't even have a Google business page. Those are definitely mom and pops. I love being able to scroll quickly. Wow, look at that whopper. 55 reviews, maybe they're an operator. I got some trophies here too. Man, look at that. That's probably 40,000 square feet, 4 reviews. What? So we love GoFish, gofishleads.com. That's what we're using now, just to quickly identify mom and pops that we want to target. Then what's next? The skip trace. We've used GoFish in the past. Skip tracing keeps changing. A lot of the platforms that I think GoFish was tied to, so they've had a little bit of a problem, but it's so cheap that we still use that. And then we go to the manual skip trace. We want to find stuff ourselves anyway. We're identifying markets, choose the market, you're skip tracing the facilities that you've identified in that market. How are you finding those deals? You're looking for mom and pops. You're looking for people that aren't operating well. Your textbook mom and pop would be somebody maybe in their 70s or 80s. They want to retire. They've never raised rents. They don't have online presence. Like, those are great, right? But they don't have to look like that. Sometimes they are brokers who've been in the business for a really long time, but they're residential brokers, and they own a laundromat, and maybe they own some multifamily, and they bought some land and built a facility, but they're not storage operators. That technically I consider a mom and pop too, right? Whatever it is, you're looking for the big targets, and then you're going to market. How do you market? I told you. You can call, email, text, send letters. You can show up in person. That's a great way, especially if it's in your local market. Just remember, it's just a game of sales and marketing. That's what we do. The investor idea can be dangerous because a lot of times you're like, I'm going to dabble, and maybe I'll go to ISS, and maybe I'll, try this out, or, I'm trying this out, but I'm stuck. I'm big on mentorship and communities. I've never not had a business coach. I have 2 right now. They've expedited our process and made us tons of money. And so that's what we do at StorageLife. We expedite people's processes. But the people in our community are serious. They're not dabbling. We're in it to win it. Even if we have full-time jobs, or even some of my community has 2 jobs, we're still in it to win it. Not start, stop. The best analogy is fitness, right? You can't go to a gym for 30 days and then take 2 months off. You just got to find ways, get good at time blocking, and be consistent, right? So however you want to market, obviously, if you're doing texts and stuff, you always got to be aware of compliance, stuff like that. Again, our main favorites are calling and sending postcards, being careful of who we call. You're going to start reaching sellers. What are you going to do with the sellers? You're going to build rapport simultaneously to finding out what they want. How do we find out what they want? I ask them, hey, well, what do you think the price is? What do you think the value's worth? Or what are you looking to get? If we're lucky, they tell us. Usually they don't. So if they don't tell us, we use an offer range. What's the offer range? It's a calculator we built. If you want it, just drop a DM or hit Michael up, say, could you send us your calculator? We then can make offers on the phone based off of loose gross revenue. That's it. Gross revenue. We put in an expense ratio of roughly 35%. If it's in a higher property tax area, Texas, maybe California, maybe we're going to do closer to 38%, something like that. But otherwise, we do a boilerplate 35% ratio. And typically, we're going to offer them a range of a 7.5 to 9.5 cap offer. And we say, hey, look, haven't been at the property, haven't seen the place. Based on your revenue, we're somewhere between $2.2 and $2.9 million. That's not an offer. It's a strategy. It gets the seller to then open up and say, well, you're close. No, it needs a 3 in front of it. Or, yeah, that's about what I was thinking. They tell you that they're not going to tell you the number, but then they tell you the number. It's awesome. Works every time. We stumbled upon that doing it randomly, wholesaling single family homes. It works like a charm. So you're going to make an offer to find out what they want for the property if they don't tell you. Then you're going to talk to them. You're going to build more rapport, and you're going to send them an LOI or an offer. I go straight to offer unless there's a broker involved. Don't overthink it. Send them an offer. Guess what if they say, oh, you know what? I'm actually not ready. Let's follow up in 6 months. Okay, cool. But guess what? I'm going to send you an offer anyway. So you have it in front of you. So you know I'm really serious. And when you're ready, hopefully we can make a deal, right? Send them an offer anyway. This will be a huge shift for you. When you're sending them an offer, now they have something in front of them, especially the sellers that want a hard copy. That's awesome. Send it a hard copy anyway. Well, hey, look, I'll send you an email, but you know what? I'm going to drop you a hard copy in your mailbox. And then all of a sudden, one day they wake up and they see this offer from you. And even though they weren't going to sell till next year, and they look at their honey, and then all of a sudden there's a conflict in the family or something crazy happens, or maybe there's a break-in, and they read that you are willing to pay them $2 million or whatever that number is for their facility, and they go, you know what, honey, screw it. I'm ready to sell, right? That's big. A shift that most people aren't doing. People are looking for great deals, discounted properties, and they don't understand that almost every single seller is going to tell you they want too much. Leave. You stay with them. You learn to be good problem solvers. By the way, how are we knowing what a good deal looks like? You just got to get good at underwriting. If you're not, you should probably pay for some education. You should probably find some accountability partners and some partners that maybe have more knowledge than you. My first partner I found on the Bigger Pockets forum, or partners to this day, one of the best partners I've ever had. I just found them online. My other partners I found in my coaching programs and mentors that I always invested in, that I continue to invest in. That's where you're finding the best of the best. If you want to be great at something, just surround yourself by people that are already great at it. They'll lift you up with them, right? So offer. It's okay. I'm going to send you one anyway. And then when that owner gets it, things really happen. It's pretty amazing. And then you're going to follow up. Follow up every 2 days. Don't wait for them. Follow up. Keep following up, right? Just do not wait. Game of follow-up is actually the real game. That's really what will set you apart. Identify, skip trace, market, calling, texting, whatever you want, right? Stay compliant. Talk to sellers. Find out what they want. Make offers. Make offers. Guess why I buy more deals than a lot of my students or other people I know? Because I make more offers. That's it. It's a numbers game and it's a relationship building game. And get good at underwriting. Don't forget, if you got a hot lead and you've underwrote it and you feel like there's something going on and it's a good deal and you're stuck, hit up Michael at storagelife.com. Send him an email. If it's actually a good lead, we'll jump on a quick call and help you with it. And who knows, maybe we'll bring capital or something. Now, we're always prioritizing our community. That's just what we do. They came to us. They trust us. That's first and foremost. So it would have to be, also Michael or my team has the bandwidth, but we love helping people. Again, Storage Life has capital. We have experience and we help people actually make their dreams a reality, not just a concept. Thanks for jumping on. We'll see you next week. Hit us up if you need anything. Drop it in the comments. Guys, thanks so much. Peace.